Hi there, and welcome to West Kentucky Academic Bowl. I'm your host, Jeremy Krug, and we're on the campus of West Kentucky Community and Technical College in Paducah with two teams who've made it to the championship match of the 2024 Academic Bowl. They'll be playing a game of quick recall where today's winning team will walk away with over $5,000 in scholarship cash. In our championship match, we have McCracken County High School taking on Paducah Tilghman High School. Let's meet our contestants. We'll start with McCracken County. First, we have Eden Bridge Hayes, who plays the flute. Next, we have Cole Cannon, who plays the guitar. Next, we have the captain, Owen Cody, who plays the organ. And finally, we have Garrett Greenwell, who plays golf. The McCracken County team is coached by Tammy Bohannon. On the opposing team, we have Paducah Tilghman High School. Playing for Tilghman, we have Henry Stratmeyer, who's on track and field. Next, we have Ben Coltharp, who is into cycling. Next, we have Tilghman's captain, Elena Adkins, who likes to read. And finally, we have Jacob Julian, who plays the French horn. And Paducah Tilghman is coached by Ross Kelly. Well, in our match today, we're going to go ahead and play the first half. I'll ask 30 questions. When you answer a toss-up question correctly, you'll earn the right to answer a bonus question. Let's go ahead and start with our first toss-up. First and last name answer. A fictional sheriff with this name was referenced in the theme song to Cops. Yet another man with this name purchased the Kentucky Fried Chicken Corporation from Harlan Sanders in 1964 and later became governor of Kentucky. Yet another man with this name was executed in Virginia for inciting a slave rebellion in 1859. What?
John Brown.
It is correct. Here's your bonus, McCracken, number 2. This may occur when complex substances are broken down to release energy. It can also occur in a living organism when it uses simple substances to build proteins and carbohydrates. What is this process that continues until the organism dies?
Homeostasis or metabolism?
Metabolism. Probably metabolism.
Metabolism.
That is correct. Toss-up 3. This presidential statement was issued just after the Union victory at Antietam. Its purpose what?
Emancipation Proclamation.
That is correct, McCracken. Here's your bonus, number 4. This story's title refers to a survival skill vital to the story's extreme setting. Because the protagonist is unable to perform it, he freezes to death in sub-zero temperatures. What is this Yukon set Jack London story?
To build a fire.
That is correct. Toss-up 5. What is the length in units of the diagonal of a rectangle if the length and width of a rectangle are 4 units and 10 units, respectively? Next time, the answer is 2 radical 29 units. Toss-up 6. This polysaccharide contains nitrogen and is chemically related to cellulose. It is present in the cell walls of fungi. Name this hard...
McCracken, Cole. Chitin.
That's correct. Here's bonus 7 going to McCracken. This private residence was featured on Time magazine's cover shortly after its 1937 completion and inspired Ayn Rand's novel The Fountainhead. Built in southwestern Pennsylvania for the Kaufman family, it comprises natural materials with horizontal lines and cantilevers characteristic of the prairie style. What is this Frank Lloyd Wright structure whose name comes from its location atop a cascade?
Falling water.
That is correct. Point for McCracken. Toss-up number 8. The continuous odd function f is defined as f of x equals 8x to the third power. Calculate the definite integral of f on the interval x equals -1 to x equals 1.
Zero.
That is correct. McCracken, here's bonus 9. This dish was invented in Tijuana, Mexico in 1924 by an Italian-American immigrant when his kitchen ran out of ingredients to make a normal salad. He substituted anchovies, Dijon mustard, and Parmesan cheese into the salad, and it became a hit with his customers. Name this salad containing romaine lettuce and originally a prepared tableside that today is often served as an appetizer.
Caesar salad.
That is correct. Toss-up 10. This type of clause appears in the sentence, the dog that Tracy saw yesterday sprinted after the cruising car.
Adjective.
That is correct. Point for McCracken, and here's your bonus, 11. What is the measure in centimeters of the major diagonal of a cube with edges measuring 3 centimeters?
I designate Garrett.
6.
Incorrect. Tilghman.
9 centimeters.
No, the answer is 3 radical 3 centimeters. Toss up 12. This cyclic pattern may occur in response to light and dark. For example, a person may sleep approximately 8 hours and be awake for 6.
Circadian rhythm.
That is correct. Point for McCracken, and here's your bonus, 13. This apologetic love song was written in 1977 and first recorded with a home tape recorder in New York City. It was re-recorded and remastered using artificial intelligence with its full release in November 2023. Name this song often called the last Beatles song due to the fact that 2 of the 4 singers had died before it was released.
Now and then.
That is correct. It's now and then. Toss up 14. This type of pronoun is unique because it serves as its own antecedent. No one, anything, few, and others are all examples. Identify this pronoun class which refers to inexact people, places, or things.
Indefinite.
It is indefinite. McCracken, here's your bonus, number 15. What is the numerator of the sum of the fractions 3 over x and 4 over y?
3y plus 4x.
3y plus 4x.
That is correct. Point for you. Going on to toss up 16. Calcium plays a key role in the body in everything from building our skeleton to regulating muscle contraction and nerve impulses. Most regulation of free-flowing calcium in the body is regulated by 2 distinct hormones. Give the name of the hormone working contrary to calcitonin that stimulates an increase in the amount of calcium in the blood. That's Tom. The answer is the parathyroid hormone. Toss up 17. A man named Harry Truman died when this volcanic peak erupted, resulting in a time of near total darkness in Spokane.
Mount St. Helens.
That is correct. It was Mount St. Helens. Point for you, and McCracken, you get bonus 18. These 3 fictional brothers first appeared in 1982 as the entrepreneurs of a business called Anything for a Buck. Later, they ran a cafe and did odd jobs, although 2 of these brothers never spoke until the series finale. Name these 3 eccentric brothers who appeared in the CBS sitcom Newhart.
3 Stooges.
Incorrect. Tilghman.
No answer.
The answer is Larry, Daryl, and Daryl. Toss up 19. Consider a data set with the coefficient of determination of 0.16. Find the positive correlation coefficient for this data set.
0.256.
Incorrect. Tilghman, would you like to buzz? That's time. The answer is 0.4 or 40%. Toss up 20. Only 14 of these objects had been discovered before 1980, but the existence of 63 of them was announced to the public in May of 2023, bringing the known total to 146. The creation of one of these objects was observed by the Hubble Space Telescope on April 15, 2014. Identify these objects with names such as Calypso, Tarvos, and Atlas, the largest of which are Rhea and Titan.
Moons.
Incorrect. Tilghman, would you like to buzz?
Moons of Jupiter.
No, it's moons of Saturn, actually. Toss up 21. This pejorative term was lobbed at many Southern governors after the Civil War, including Mississippi Governor Adelbert Ames, who was originally from Maine. What term did mostly white Southerners use to refer to opportunistic Northerners who...
Carpetbaggers.
It is carpetbagger. Point for you, and here's your bonus, 22. This language family contains 446 living languages, some of which are spoken by as many as 1 billion people, and some by as few as 500 people. Spanish, French, Italian, Russian, and English are members of this family. Name this language family spoken as a first language by over 46% of the world's population.
Indo-European.
That is correct. It is Indo-European. Toss up 23. The elements of this photographic property are ISO, aperture, and shutter speed. A given meter measures light's intensity to determine the correct value for this aspect of any given photograph. Give the word for the total amount of light received by a...
Exposure.
It is exposure. Point for you, and your bonus 24. This man's niece, Sophia, earned a Best Director Oscar nomination for 2003's Lost in Translation. To date, the man is the only person to be nominated for a Best Director Oscar for each film in a trilogy. Who won his only Directing Academy Award for The Godfather Part 2?
Francis Ford Coppola.
That is correct. Toss up 25. These astronomical objects are sometimes called minor planets, as at the time of discovery, observations showed that they were similar in nature to planets. Now, scientists believe that they are simply remnants from the formation of the solar system that never merged with enough other debris to become planets.
McCracken, coal.
Asteroid.
It is asteroids. Point for McCracken. And here's your bonus 26. As opposed to most areas of the law, under this constitutional amendment, activities of a certain nature are illegal unless explicitly allowed by the law in the applicable state. This amendment led to many states establishing a three-tier system for the production, distribution, and sale of a certain type of product, which amendment, ratified in 1933, ended the nationwide prohibition of alcohol.
21st Amendment.
That is correct. Point for McCracken. Toss up 27. This so-called Master of X linked Impressionism with later movements like Expressionism, Fauvism, and Cubism. He explored the nude form in A Modern Olympia and The Large Bathers.
McCracken, Owen.
Paul Cezanne.
That is correct. It was Cezanne. Bonus 28 to McCracken. Commonly, unconformities or irregularities occur in the geologic record when rock layers are eroded, removed, or disturbed. This particular type of unconformity exists when rock layers become tilted by uplift, faulting, or folding. Give the name for this unconformity that produces slash-like lines in the rock layers with horizontal layers forming on top.
Stratification. Yeah, go with that.
Superposition.
Incorrect. Tilghman?
Scoring.
No, the answer is angular unconformity. And a toss-up 29. This case came to the Supreme Court because a man in Washington, D.C. was suspected by police of drug trafficking. After the police placed a GPS tracking device on his car, the man was arrested based on the data gained from the device. Name this 2012 Supreme Court case which states that placing a GPS tracking device on a person's property constitutes a search which requires a warrant.
McCracken, Owen.
United States v. Lopez.
Incorrect. Tilghman, would you like to buzz? That's time. The answer is U.S. versus Jones. United States versus Jones. Then toss up 30. Since complex numbers cannot be plotted on the Cartesian coordinate plane, mathematicians use the Argonne complex numbers plane to visualize complex number pairs. When plotted in the Argonne plane, within what quadrant does the sum of the complex numbers 5 plus I and 11 minus 8I appear?
McCracken, Garrett.
Fourth.
It is the fourth. And that's the end of the first half. We'll go ahead and check our score here. It looks like at the end of the first half, we have a score of McCracken County 22, Paducah Tilghman 0. We have a second half to play. We'll be right back after this. Don't go away. Welcome back to West Kentucky Academic Bowl. We're right in the middle of this championship match of the 2024 scholarships award season. And we are having a match where McCracken County is leading Paducah Tilghman by a score of 22-0. We do have a new player for McCracken County. We have Ethan Brown, who is learning Yiddish. Well, let's go ahead and start our second half with toss-up 1. These biological structures often come in pairs, which could either be considered homozygous or heterozygous.
Chromosomes.
Incorrect. I'll continue. Symbols for these.
McCracken, Garrett.
Alleles.
It is alleles. Here's your bonus McCracken, number 2. This singing style applies equally to Gregorian chant, doo-wop groups, and barbershop quartets. Its name is Italian for in the chapel style. Identify this technique of singing without instrumental accompaniment.
Acapella.
That is correct. Point for McCracken. Toss up 3. This was first established as a north-south line 100 leagues west of the Cape Verde Islands. Then Spain and Portugal signed the Treaty of
McCracken, Owen.
Line of demarcation.
That is correct. Thank you. Here's your bonus number 4. This writer produced a series of books about her childhood in De Smet, Dakota Territory, Burr Oak, Iowa, and Walnut Grove, Minnesota. Among those novels are By the Shores of Silver Lake, On the Banks of Plum Creek, and These Happy Golden Years. Identify this author whose pioneer adventures inspired the TV series Little House on the Prairie.
Laura Ingalls Wilder.
That is correct. Point for you. Toss up number 5. What is the sum of the infinite geometric series with first term 2 and common ratio of 3/4?
McCracken, Garrett.
8.
It is 8. That is correct. Here's your bonus, number 6. In this opera, Senta, a Norwegian sea captain's daughter, sacrifices her life for the title character. That opera was doomed to sail eternally until a woman pledged her eternal love for him. Name this opera about a resident of Holland, composed by Richard Wagner.
The Flying Dutchman.
That is correct. Toss up 7. This type of reproduction is common to some unicellular organisms, such as bacteria and yeast. Identify the type of asexual reproduction.
Take Jacob.
Mitosis.
No, that's incorrect. I'll continue. Identify the type of asexual reproduction where a new organism grows from the body of the parent organism.
McCracken Cole.
Budding.
That is correct. Here's your bonus 8. This event took place in the early fall of 1922 when New Yorkers traditionally transitioned from summer to fall clothing. It took place when a mob of 1,000 boys started knocking hats off the heads of men who refused to start wearing felt hats on September the 15th. Name this 8-day riot, which resulted in the smashing of hundreds of hats, dozens of injuries, and at least one death.
September 15th. Today.
Makes sense to me.
Hat Riot.
That's incorrect. Tillman.
Hat massacre.
No, the answer is the Straw Hat Riot of 1922. Toss up 9. What is the volume in cubic feet of a rectangular prism with length of 4 feet, width of 3 feet, and height of 6 inches?
McCracken Garrett.
72.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Paducah Bend.
6 cubic feet.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, number 10, going to Tilghman. Wordsworth employed this literary device when he described 10,000 daffodils tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Shel Silverstein used it when he said the giving tree shook with joy. Name this device, which attributes human abilities or qualities to objects or animals.
Personification.
That is correct. Point for Tilghman. Toss up number 11. This art style's name was likely coined in 1910 when a Czech art historian used it as an antonym of Impressionism. In Germany, Die Brücke encapsulated.
McCracken Allen.
Expressionism.
That's correct. Here's your bonus, 12, going to McCracken. The recursive detail of this mathematical set was observed at IBM's Thomas J. Watson Research Center in 1980, producing a mathematical visualization prized for its beauty and motifs. Although this mathematical set traces its origins to the groundwork of Pierre Fatou and Gaston Julia, it takes its name from the mathematician who first coined the term fractal. Identify
Mandelbrot.
this most famous fractal curve.
Mandelbrot.
I designate Garrett.
Mandelbrot.
That is correct. Toss up 13. Mercury, bismuth, and pyrolytic carbon, are some of the best examples of materials exhibiting this physical property. This property is found in superconductors and is usually found in materials having completely paired electron configurations. Identify this physical property in which a material is repelled by an especially strong magnetic field.
McCracken Cole.
Diamagnetism.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, 14, going to McCracken. Although this is the 5th largest island in the world, only 13,000 people live there. Mount Thor, located on this island, has the highest vertical drop-off of any mountain or cliff in the world. Name this island, whose largest city is Iqaluit, the largest island in Canada.
Prince Edward.
Victoria Island.
Incorrect. Tillman?
Prince Edward Island.
No, the answer is Baffin Island. Toss up 15. This poet's birth name was Abu al-Qasim Mansur. He spent 35 years on his masterpiece, a 65,000 couplet poem whose name translates as Book of Kings. Identify this Persian poet of the Shahnameh.
McCracken Ethan.
Oh, my Kayan.
Incorrect. Tillman, would you like to buzz? And it's time. The answer is Ferdowski. Toss up 16. This country takes its name from the Spanish word for the hibiscus flower. Located at approximately the same longitude as Quito, Ecuador, it is the 3rd most populous English-speaking country in the Americas. Name this country, the only one in the world with a flag not containing the colors red, white, or blue.
McCracken Allen.
Guyana.
Incorrect.
Paducah Bend.
Paraguay.
No, the answer is Jamaica. Toss up 17. Also known as the genesium, this plant organ is made of one or more carpels, each of which encloses one or more ovules. Its sections include the sticky stigma, long style, and swollen ovary.
McCracken Cole.
Pistol.
That is correct. It's pistil. Here's your bonus, 18. Answer is a mixed number. What is the sum of 2 1/3 and 4 3/5?
6, 11, 15th.
6 and 11/15.
Incorrect. Tillman, do you have an
No,
answer?
sir. No
No,
answer.
the answer is 6 and 14/15.
Sorry.
Toss up 19. The two-tone movement was a British offshoot of this popular music genre, which was a Caribbean island's first indigenous urban pop. It combines R&B beats with calypso elements and was the precursor of rocksteady and reggae. Name
McCracken Allen.
Ska.
That is correct. It is Ska. From McCracken, here's bonus 20. At one point, this company was known as the Bank of Italy because it provided banking services to Italian Americans who were often discriminated against by larger banks. Today, this bank is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina, and is known as one of the big four banking institutions in the United States. Name this bank, which as of 2024 holds 11% of all American banking deposits.
I said Chase.
Bank of America.
That is correct. Toss up 21. Inside this religious complex are almost 13,000 square feet of bas-reliefs illustrating 8 Hindu stories.
McCracken Ethan.
Angkor Wat.
That is correct. Point for McCracken. Here's bonus 22. This restaurant chain was founded in 1948 and as of 2023 claims to have never closed a store. The chain of 400 restaurants operates mostly in Texas, Arizona, and California and plans to open its first location in the Nashville, Tennessee area by 2026. Name this regional burger chain known for its secret menu, including the 4x4, protein style, and animal style burgers.
In and out.
That is correct. In and out. Toss up 23. A linear function is defined by the equation 16x plus 88y equals 37. As an improper fraction given in simplest form, calculate the slope of this line.
McCracken Garrett.
Negative 11 halves.
Incorrect.
Paducah Jacob.
11 halves.
Incorrect. A negative 2 over 11. That's what I have here. Toss up 24. These vertebrates have a synsacrum instead of a pelvis, and their constant volume lungs are supplemented by anterior and posterior air sacs. The earliest known sample is the Archaeopteryx, which, like modern,
Paducah Henry.
Bird.
that is correct. It is bird. Here's your bonus, 25. This author, who served in various capacities under Emperor Hadrian, was a friend of Pliny the Younger. He profiled Rome's most famous literary figures in Concerning Illustrious Men. Named the author of Lives of the Caesars.
No answer.
Incorrect, Captain.
Doesn't it, Ethan?
Tacitus.
No, the answer is Suetonius. Toss up 26. Sebastian Kresge opened the first iteration of what would become this business as a five and dime in Memphis, Tennessee in 1897. Kresge's successor opened the first store with this name in San Fernando, California in 1962. Name this chain store, which had as many as 2,500 stores, formerly known for its blue light specials, and which, as of 2024, only 2 locations remain in the United States.
McCracken Cole.
Blockbuster.
Incorrect.
Paducah Elena.
Kmart.
It is Kmart, that's correct. Tilghman, here's your bonus, 27. Mendel's work in genetics used peas to show that seed shape and color is not affected by flower shape and color, which of Mendel's laws of genetics helps us to understand that genes are not married together and thus are separated individually.
Mendel's first law.
Incorrect, McCracken.
Law of independent assortment.
That is correct. Point for you. Toss up 28. The TV drama Dallas was said to have done this when the entire 9th season was revealed to have been a dream. The comedy Seinfeld may...
Paducah Henry.
Retcon.
Incorrect. I will continue. The comedy Seinfeld may have done this when one of the characters died from licking toxic envelopes. Name this phenomenon that happens in a TV series when the storyline takes an unbelievable turn.
McCracken Ethan.
Jumping the shark.
That is correct. It is jumping the shark. Here's bonus 29 to McCracken. Consider the algebraic expressions a and b defined as 24x squared y and 18xy cubed, respectively. In terms of x and y, find the least common multiple of a and b.
6xy.
6xy.
That's incorrect. Tilghman.
No answer.
The answer is 72x squared y cubed. We're looking for the least common multiple. And toss up 30, the last one. This landmark Supreme Court case began with a burglary in Panama City, Florida in 1961, for which the defendant was charged and had to appear pro se in court because he could not afford an attorney. This case centers on the interpretation of the Sixth Amendment and its enumerated right to counsel. What Supreme Court case determined that all criminal defendants have a right to a court-appointed attorney when they cannot afford their own?
McCracken, Owen.
Gideon v. Wainwright.
That is correct. Point for you. And that is the end of the second half. So we'll check the score here at the end of the match. And it looks like McCracken County, you have defeated Paducah Tilghman by a score of 40-4. So I'd like to congratulate both teams for their excellent work in this year's tournament. Paducah Tilghman, you have won $2,500 that you get to keep by making it to the final match. And congratulations to McCracken County High School. You have just won $5,500 in scholarship cash for your team. So congratulations to both teams, and congratulations to all the teams throughout the region who participated in this year's competition. I'd like to thank everybody for participating, and for those of you at home for watching as well. This has been Jeremy Krug. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next season on West Kentucky Academic Bowl.